Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi everyone. The excitement has really picked up now and I'm eager for the action to start.
Just listen to that noise, this place is...
It's Basho!
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And here's Basho. Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
Roberto Basho!
And again the keeper stands strong.
Great stop from the keeper, that was something else. He's definitely coming out on top at the moment.
Basho goes short. And now they can spring out of defence. And here's Pedri. Threads one in. There's the shot! It's loose and there's a chance for a shot! It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease.
Well, if you ever needed proof that Gareth Bale is a big match player, you only need to look back to that famous night in Kiev, Peter.
Oh, quite so. Brought on just after the hour, wasn't he? And within a couple of minutes, he put his team ahead spectacularly. And then he helped himself to another goal late on and put the game out of reach.
Yeah, I remember it well, Peter. I was there. I mean, the first goal was magnificent, but he got a huge slice of luck with the second. OK, he struck the ball well enough, but from that distance, you would expect the keeper to deal with it comfortably.
Looking for the run, and he cuts out the supply. It's going to be another throw. Roberto Baggio. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Picked out brilliantly. Strokes it back.
Modern football for you.
He's had a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's their second corner of the game. Beckham getting this one clear. Oh, looks a smashing ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's worked it through. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Oakland Roots clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Rijkaard cuts out the pass. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Rummenigge. Davids gets across to intercept that. Passing is crisp and sharp. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And he passes it long. Bale. Now it's Bale.
Oakland Roots clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the...
It's Basho! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 3 coming up. Baggio with the short one. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Can he finish? And he's heaved it away. Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. So their fourth corner of the game. Rijkaard can get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Shanatip. Davids. Shot a goal! Oh, he has stuck it into his own net!
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Now it's Pele, Pedri. That's very neat. And he's gone backward here. No, again there's no way through. Mateus. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. That is ended up in no man's land. Ooh, can he get onto this? Zola charging forward, the ball at his feet. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, every now and again we get a bit lucky, Peter, don't we? And this is an absolute treat. A tremendous spectacle for the neutrals, but a bit of a nightmare for the fans and two managers.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Substitution on the field, number 23, Beckham.
And we're off again.
Coming on the field is
a solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Cross from Zola. Courtois claims it without any fuss. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Great ball if he can get there. Owen! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
substitution on the field.
They're up to 5 corners now.
Coming on to
And it's been taken short.
Number 7.
That's a throw.
Shevchenko.
And it's Seedorf. And it's made its way to him. Turns and goes back. Has a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Now it's Seedorf. He's having a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Seedorf clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
The corner count is rising. That's 6. Shanatip. And now a sudden chance to counter. And claimed it back swiftly. Pele. Rijkaard picks it up from the goal kick. Roberto Baggio. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's come to nothing. Can he get it through? Pedri picks it up out wide. That's good play. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Pedri. He is just caressing the ball.
Mateus. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Thinks one through. Spread neatly. It's a promising position. They've got a corner here. Shapes to shoot!
Oakland Roots really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Tries a deft little ball. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
And this is Roberto Baggio. Mateus. And this is Shevchenko. That's headed upfield. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Rijkaard calmly anticipates. Roberto... And a chance! It's hit the upright. They've done it! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Baggio duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
And Seedorf! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Seedorf clearly furious with himself there. They looked for all the world like they were going to go 3 up.
Now that's well seen too. Some resolute defending there.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now, can they get him away? He's got away. Charatip with the cross. Decent chance! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Pele. That's a throw. And that's definitely not his best. And here's Baggio. It's a pretty loose pass. It's a good run down the left-hand side. He's found a way through. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Looking to play him in. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And the number on the board is 3. Thuram. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Long ball looking to counter. Now it's Pedri. Owen! And it's there! And they are 10. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Can he finish? Against the crossbar. Could be danger here. Delivers with... Oh, smashing header! He will be livid with himself.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
And they've got a throw. And he's managed to gift it back. Threads one in. He's in plenty of space here. Sola! Oh, it's come loose. Pele, can he spark a counter here? Chanatip. Roberto Baggio. Nicely weighted ball. Mateus. Vieira. Zola. It's a pretty loose pass. Pele. Mateus tries making a foray down the right. Oh, he's found support out wide. Thuram kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Chanatip. Oh, that's well spotted. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now he's off and running. And he was quick to react. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's found a way through. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Tries a shot! And it's a goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
A 1-0 lead. And the shot! They've done it! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
After 24 minutes,
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
And this is... It's Basho! And yes, it's there! And again they hit the front. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's...
Off the post! Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Davids tries to play it through. Zola. No, he's just misjudged that one. And that's been won straight back. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Dembele. Oh, it's Dembele. And claimed it back swiftly. And it's Baggio. Oh, it's Dembele. Roberto Baggio. He's shifting through the gears here. They've scored! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. So the lead now is 2.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And that has left him in a heap. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. 5 minutes till the break. Fletcher. Oh, it's Dembele. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Davids has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And it's Baggio.
2 added minutes has been
Dembele.
indicated.
Neymar. Looking for the run. Shevchenko gets into a good position. Oh, that's fabulous. And we've reached half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front.
Security
If those
staff
players, I
for each
think, can
block,
carry on
please report to the
where
staff
they
room
left off after
immediately.
the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1.
Substitution on the field. Number 18, Bale. Coming on to replace
And that's the start of
him
another
is
45
number
minutes.
11, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
Well read, nice interception. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? That ball looks a good one. Shevchenko driving forwards. Oh, good-looking ball. Thuram defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Neymar. Zola has it out wide and climbs up big! Oh, off the bar! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, I can tell you that the aluminium is still shaking after that, and we're talking fractions. That was a great try.
Darren Fletcher, and this is Dembele. Vieira proves too strong, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And they're quick to get it back. Great vision. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And that is expertly dealt with.
The attendance for this match was
And it's Neymar.
29,813.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. He's on it, can he get away? Rummenigge! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Zola goes short. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Zanetti. Mateus. Dembele does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Oh, that's clever. Seedorf. Maldini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he's picked it up out wide. Neymar's cross. And the keeper gets his hands on it. And Shevchenko! It's there! Back within one! They have them in their sights again! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
And he's done it again, he's got his second. This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs. Oakland Roots really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort the...
Big chance! And he hits the net! Again, we are level! What a contest!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
That is so good! A header! He can get that clear. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, they're definitely intent on winning it, and they've come close. Just wondering how many more chances they can have. One, maybe two, realistically.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Roberto Baggio. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Mateus. Oh, shooting chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
The message is simple: defend this with your lives. Zola with the short one. Cross into the box. Oh, what a climb! That's very neat. Mateus, and he's being shifted off it.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Shevchenko.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, important interception. Good ball. Shot at goal! Oh, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Chanatip. Not the most accurate pass. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Magic. What a magical football match, and genuine respect all round. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A clear
everybody,
night,
and
all
welcome
the
to
ingredients
today's
for a
match.
showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And already we're underway here. Succumbs to the pressure. Mateus. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Oh, smashing header! Superb goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
And it's Baggio. Now it's Olise. Olise going face-to-face with his great rival. And this is Roberto Baggio. Platini. Probing pass. That's good vision. Rijkaard. Now he's off and running. That is good alertness. Zola. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Oh, there's a probing ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Olise. Olise charging forward, the ball at his feet. Darren Fletcher.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Davids. Here's a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Olise! Ambitious, but just off target.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Olise. This is Dembele. Thinks about the shot. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's managed to get free. Zanetti. It's a throw-in. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Seedorf can so cleverly bypass the press. Darren Fletcher. Davids. Olise. He's shifting through the gears here. Decent chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Olise is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Vieira getting this one clear. Oh, sweet feet. He's in a great position here. That's tidy. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And he's there to belt it away. And it's Fletcher. Shot, great chance! Pass somewhat off target. And here's Dembele. Thuram wins the duel this time. Thuram defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he's picked it up out wide. Nice interception, well timed. Olise. Can he get on the end of this? He's picked his way through. Tries a shot! Fantastic from Olise! A finish of true class! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Number 6.
And wow, he has given that a right old hit.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. Shevchenko, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Zanetti. Vieira. And here's Dembele. He's a sharp little ball here. Vieira pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Platini. Zola. Zola. Neatly clipped into space. Rummenigge. He's had a shot! Goal! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. And there's the end of the first half. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
And we're all ready. It's Dembele! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Zanetti looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Threads one in. Nicely weighted ball. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Oakland Roots clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Beckenbauer cuts it out. Shevchenko. Now Platini. Rummenigge. Now it's Shevchenko. Platini. Now it's Shevchenko. That has not gone well. And it's Shevchenko. Platini. Chance to Shevchenko! He's missed, but not by that far. Roberto Baggio. Well, that is one way to stop him. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. And he is going into that little black book. And that has left him in a heap. Played out wide. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. It's a searching pass. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
The attendance for this match
Going to be disappointed with that. Oh, truly brave defending.
Some inspired work, that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
Now it's Pelé. And this is Dembele.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Seedorf. Darren Fletcher. Great ball, and he's in here.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, it's Dembele. Here's a chance! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Olise usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
Shevchenko. Davids with the slide tackle there. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Tries to pass it through. Can he finish? He's got a goal! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Dembele, oh, shooting chance! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Now this could be a chance. Oh, he's been caught napping. Pele with the cross. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Drilled in low. Oh, that's clever. Seedorf. Beckenbauer. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Michel Platini. Shevchenko. Oh, the ball's gone astray.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Rummenigge. Platini. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Seedorf. And here's Baggio. That's that, the end. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We have already started here. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front.
Decent chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Owen! Michael Owen! Screamer! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They have heard the starter's pistol and come racing out of the blocks. The purest possible contact, what a fabulous strike.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Substitution on the field. Number 14.
Clearly unplanned this, a change already being made here.
8, Gerrard. Coming on the
Now
field.
it's got space here.
Number 34, Vieira. Number 20, Kukcu.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Owen is fouled.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
It's a threatening ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Still pretty early days, but the difference in fortune is very clear. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Owen receives it in a good position here. And we have our very first corner. And this is Roberto Baggio. Nicely shaped cross.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
And now they can spring out of defence. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
It's a nicely shaped ball. And Shevchenko! And and again! It's anyone's... Oh, he's been caught on it here! And another try! That's a half-decent try.
Shevchenko certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Oh, good spread. Rijkaard spots it and intercepts. He's picked his way through. Swings it across. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Owen. Mateus. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Antonetti. Shevchenko, Mateus, Shevchenko providing an outlet on that flank. Zola with the short one. And here's Zola in with the challenge. And now a sudden chance to counter. The message is clear, none shall pass. And that is as far as they're going to go. Zola! No mistake! Back within one! They have them in their sights again! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Great chance! And he's really put himself on the line here. It's their second corner of the game. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Five minutes till the break. Pedri. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Kukcu. Nicely shaped ball. That is a brilliant interception. Now, can they get him away? Vieira. Maldini. Thuram.
There will
Rijkaard.
be 3 minutes added time.
That pass isn't the best. And he's in on goal! Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of... Can he finish? It's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
And there's the end of the first half.
Well, it's hard to say whether a 2-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1.
Substitution on the field. Number 20, Kukcu.
There's the start of the second half.
Coming on to replace him is number 18, Bale.
Looking to play him in. Ah, that's a fine interception. Bale. Zola. Seedorf. That's an imaginative pass. Mateus. And it's Baggio. Owen. Not much subtlety about that challenge. No foul, says the referee. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Beckenbauer gets across to intercept that. Vieira. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Shevchenko. Probing pass. He's cut it out. Mateus. Can he get on the end of this? Turan kept his eye on it, and he's there. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Open routes clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And here's Baggio. Played into space. No luck with that dink over the top. Rijkaard. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Well, what's he giving here? So a big chance now from 12 yards. The chance to pull further clear. What a save from Peter Schmeichel! Corner number 2 then. Baggio plays it short. Oh, such a clever touch. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Zola. Shevchenko. Bale. Well read. And the danger is averted. Has a shot! They just took too long getting forward.
Well, the whole idea of a good breakaway is to leave the opposition struggling to get back, and they were just too slow.
Modric. Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, that's a little loose. Oh no, what has happened here? Seedorf. Pele. So what can they make of this? Well, that's beautifully weighted. Turan. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but... Roberto Baggio! The sheer brilliance of Roberto Baggio! About as smooth as it gets! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
So now the difference is 3. What a throw in. Seedorf. Now it's Pele. Seedorf. He's in a great position here. Crosses it. He gets big. Relentless. Just relentless. Over the hills and far away. No catching them now. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely...
Chance, surely! Keeper always had the measure of that.
Spirited, to say the least. Certainly gave this crowd something to really cheer about.
So, third corner of the game. And it's Pedri. He's tried one! So, their fourth corner of the game. Pedri. And the finish! Oh, he's kept it out. That's a great save. And this is Owen. Nice control. And a chance! Into the arms of the goalkeeper. Threads one in. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Rummenigge. He might be in here! Oh, that's nice. And this is... but hits a shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. And there's his chance to lead the counter. That ball looks a good one. That's an excellent interception. Zola. And that is that. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. And already we're underway here. Oh, what has happened here? He's on it, can he get away? Now, can they get him away? Aims beyond the defence, and this is Zola. Chance! Superb goal! The
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Perfect placement, the one shot a goal! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Chanatip. Pelé. That's beautifully weighted. Schmeichel claims comfortably. Zola. Nicely shaped ball. He's being urged to... There's the header! Pedri. That's a sharp pass.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That ball looks a good one. Oh, that's a key interception. Neymar. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And he's intervened well there. Now it's Dembele. Now it's Seedorf. Chanatip. That's an excellent interception. Now it's Bale. Rijkaard spots it and intercepts. And it's Baggio. Maldini deals with that comfortably. Knocks it into space.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
More and more pressure on the ball here. That's a lovely, neat pass. Can he get on the end of this? He's found a way through. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
So a chance here, what can they make of it? That's a half-decent try.
Roberto Baggio certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
And that has left him in a heap. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And no, that was never going to make it. Couldn't squeeze it through. That's been slipped through. And this is Dembele. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Dembele is flagged offside. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Shevchenko. Dembele. This looks promising. Roberto Baggio. Mateus gets a foot in here.
Oakland Roots clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's Pelé! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. No way through, so back it... Great chance! Oh no, this does not... He's had a shot! He has done it! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Skillfully cut out. And the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Neymar actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Zola with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence. Pele picks it up out wide. And it's Neymar. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Nice control. Zola! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Tries to pass it through. Well timed, excellent interception. Now he's off and running. Chanatip, and that's gone loose. Zola. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Roberto Baggio. Well, that looks a decent ball. Big chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? Thuram gets good distance on it. Now it's Bale. Neymar.
Might want to be careful there.
Ambitious ball here. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And the shot! Pedri. Roberto Baggio. Chanatip. And it's Dembele. That is a great pick out. Now it's Pele. Oh, important interception. And it's half-time here. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. The midway point of the game.
Well, for us neutrals, this is fantastic. If you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant. And as for the managers, check your heart rate.
That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. And we're already back up and running after half-time. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. It's just beyond his reach. Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Seedorf. Good purposeful running this. And that is a little undercooked. And here's Dembele.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, it's Dembele. Oh, just skips past his man. Oh, there's a probing ball. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And this is Dembele. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Too close for comfort.
The attendance for this match was 28,997.
Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Here's a chance! He's missed, but not by that far.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Now he's got space here. Pass somewhat off target. And that's put paid to a promising move. That's an imaginative pass. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Pedri. Threads one in. It's Pele! And he's there to clear it. Oh, good ball. Roberto Baggio! Oh, split-second reaction.
Roberto Baggio really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's their second corner of the game. He saw the danger and he tries a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Pedri receives it in a good position here. And he shoots! He scores! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Roberto Baggio really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
So we have a breakthrough. Oh, he's been caught napping. It's Pele! They've scored! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
So the lead now is 2.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And he's managed to get free.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rijkaard. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Bale.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Goes for a shot! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! About as smooth as it gets. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
4
David
minutes has
cuts
been
it out.
indicated.
Baggio is herring after that one. That has been cut short. And this is Bale. There will be 4 extra minutes. And the pass is intercepted. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Mateus. Neymar. Beckenbauer. And that is that. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie.
Hello,
The
everybody,
fans
and
have pulled out
welcome to
all the
today's
stops to
match.
make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
Just about the perfect defensive specimen.
Yeah, and I think often underrated.
Takes a shot! There it is!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
It's Dembele! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Dembele deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Change of plan here, perhaps.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Looking for options for movement. Now it's Roberto Baggio. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, just skips past his man. Pedri. There's the shot! He has done it! And they're at it again in double quick time. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly. And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. we're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
Played back into the centre. Rijkaard. Rummenigge.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Can he finish? And he's really put himself on the line here. Syria with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Robson!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rummenigge!
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
It's a pretty loose pass. And the shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Pelé.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Oh no, this does not look good. Goes long and straight. And this is Roberto Baggio. And this is Dembele. Pelé.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Bergomi cuts it out, engages and forces him off the ball. Quarter of an hour played. Now it's Bale. Now it's Bale. No, that's been intercepted. Dembele is onto it in a flash. So we're still where we started right now. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Baggio. Now that's well seen too. Now it's Bale. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's forced to go back. That's an imaginative pass. Rummenigge looking to get on the end of this. And here's Dembele. And he's being shifted off it. Bale, a player who needs no introduction. Dembele. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Pass somewhat off target. Nicely weighted ball. And he's lost his man here. Robson couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Roberto Carlos picks it up out wide. Dembele. Good running, strong and purposeful. He can run onto that. Dembele with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Now it's Pelé. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. Seedorf. Chanatip. Now it's Pelé, looking for the run. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Syria trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's been drilled forward. Ferdinand calmly anticipates. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rijkaard kept his eye on it, and he's there. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. That's a sharp pass. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Syria clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, that's a fine interception. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
A quick reminder today,
After 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time.
Substitution in progress.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And this is Modric. Roberto Baggio. That's the keeper's ball. And now the breakaway. That has been cut short. Bale is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now this could be a chance. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Might be danger here. And that is expertly dealt with. Looking for a runner. And he's had a hit! Marvellous goal! Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Syria have taken the lead.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Davids gets over and intercepts. Baggio looks to get on the end of this. Pele knocks it into space. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Seedorf. Defending was strong and firm. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Pele shapes to shoot! They've scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's different. Shot a goal!
Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Corner number 2 then. And that is out of play. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Modric. Seedorf.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Roberto Baggio. Seedorf. Shot, surely! It's in! Just 1 in it now! The game takes on a whole new complexion! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in...
And the finish! Oh, it's hit the post! Oh, he's played it... Has another go! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
Climbs up big! And he's heaved it away.
Syria surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Ferdinand gets across to intercept that.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
There's the shot! It's a goal! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Syria go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
And the counter is on. Messi could try cutting inside here. And claimed it back swiftly. And it's Bale. Modric. Now it's Pelé. Can he get it through? Pelé. Well read, and the danger is averted. Tries to pass it through. Little doubt, that is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Modric. Now, can they get him away?
Added minutes has been indicated.
Aimed beyond the defence. Roberto Baggio. He's found real chance! He has a look up. Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Thuram. Seedorf. And we're done. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot...